You can tell when that light changes, huh?
Yeah.
It's like a club in here.
Oh, it is. What you got? Oh, it's nice. You look good.
I'll go
You
heavy
look
set.
tanned. You look tanned. Has the weather been good?
No.
Welcome to episode 38.
No, it's not been good. I even came down south, man, sun searching. Came all the way down south looking for sun. And what did I find? A shit hotel, drizzle, and wind.
Dude, weather has got me down lately. I think I kind of felt like it was being a bit more hopeful, and then it's just...
Yeah. We had that really nice little period, didn't we, like a month or so ago. We did up here anyway. It was like beautiful weather, and I was out in the morning with the dog and a t-shirt and flip-flops, and that's sort of my vibe early mornings. Get out, walk around barefoot, all that sort of stuff. And now it's just like miserable. It's just raining.
What do they talk about? Seasonal depression.
Sad,
they?
yeah.
So
seasonal
affective disorder.
Seasonal
affective disorder. That's
it's a thing, man. You feel better when it's sunny. It's a fact. You do feel better when it's sunny.
You do, dude. You do. I felt a bit useless yesterday, to be honest, because it was like, God, it was so miserable, and you couldn't plan when to go riding because it was so on and off. I mean, we're coming straight in hot with the weather chat. This is bad, dude. This is a bad start to a podcast.
But everyone's wondering, what's the weather like? What is it like in the south and in the north? Around, got people listening all over the world who are thinking, what's it like in the UK? And this is the harsh realities, right? It's shit. That's basically 80% of the year. It's pretty shit.
It is, right?
I don't know. It's rough.
It's tough.
It's bad down south though, man. Like, a few people said, well, I went to one shop and they were like, yeah, it's been raining for 2 weeks down here. But it does affect you. It really affects me. You need to... Do you take vitamin D 100%. Supplements?
Yeah.
Gotta.
Yeah, indeed, but I don't think this... Yeah, but it doesn't stop me looking out the window and being like...
That's true.
That's what I need a supplement for. And like, when you know it's... What weather app do you trust? Do you trust the weather apps?
No, none.
They sort of seem like they're like Mystic Meg, aren't they? They just say sort of approximate statements.
They say anything, don't they? Like, it's always like 50% of rain. Like, well, yeah.
Mystic Meg.
50% rain, 50% sun. Yeah. It's probably quite accurate, actually.
Like having your palm read. I'm sensing that you had a mother. Yeah, no, I did. Yeah, some difficult times at school. Just say like the more kind of broad the statement.
I'm sensing you have a father. Yeah.
Well,
how did you guess? Yeah. How did you guess that? Yeah.
Have you ever had any of that?
Yeah.
Like, had your palm read?
I've been there, but there's a few different ways we can go down this. Actually, it's quite interesting.
Dude, are you a horoscope guy? Are you a horoscope guy?
Not a horoscope guy. So listen, okay, all right. So first thing I'll say is my ex-girlfriend was like really into it. My ex, a couple of exes ago.
Yeah.
She didn't see me breaking up with her. She didn't see that coming. Anyway, so we once went to this old woman in this little apartment in Sheffield, and we did the whole thing where we basically booked separate appointment slots, and we didn't tell her that we knew each other.
Interesting. So you were like testing her?
Yeah. So,
no way.
But the annoying thing is, we actually split up like after, and we never really spoke about it, if that makes sense. So like
directly after you split up?
Yeah, pretty much like a week or so after. So she gave you a tape when you left. I mean, who uses tape anymore? I mean, I'm going back like 5 years or something, 5 or 6 years, and that's probably the half of the gig. It's like, here's a tape, and you're like, I'm going to do this. Like, you can never listen to it back because you can't play it anywhere. so
it's literally like a tape. Yeah, like a tape deck.
Like a tape deck. Yeah, like what you've probably got in the G-Wagon. I feel like you could listen to it if I still had it. So
that would be funny.
So she gives you this tape, and then you go on your merry way. And we always said that was obviously the point was like we'd sit and we'd see what correlations there were if she got it right. And one thing I do remember, she spoke a lot about Canada to me, and I've always sort of remembered that for the last like 5 or 6 years, probably no, way longer, probably 10 years since I did that. And I've always, whenever the opportunity to go to Canada comes up, I'm like, oh, she said that. But
What'd she
dude,
say
like,
about Canada? What?
I
Just
can't
like,
remember. That's what I can't remember. Like, she said something about Canada. I remember something about.
Well, it's fucking important, dude. It might be like, don't go to Canada.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it could be. So yeah, but we never actually listened back. So that was like one side of it.
Okay.
So I can't remember what the question was. I think it was like whether I believe in it or not. But yeah, I think there's obviously a lot of fuckery in that. There's a lot of asking leading questions and like, I don't know. What's your opinion of that actually? Before we go any further.
Yeah, no, dude, I don't know anything about anything. But
Have you been to
it's
one?
pure fuckery. I would say it's pure fuckery. Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah, I'd go as far as to say. Wait, and this is what I was going to lead on to. I would 100% go as far as to say. So if you go and sit down next to Mystic Mog, or whatever at the seaside in a little hut, and you pay 10 quid to have your palm read, I think I'd go as far as to say that's mostly fuckery.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm going to throw a bit of a curveball in here.
Yeah.
And it's a weird one to talk about because I've never spoke about this on the podcast. I've always been like quite like.
Oh my goodness!
I know
Did you get abducted?
It's an exclusive. So, and I'm not going to mention any names or anything like that, but I have a family member who can speak to dead people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've been wanting to get her on the podcast for a while because I think, dude, it's a fucking interesting story. It is like the most interesting story ever. That like this person in my family is, you would never suspect anything like this. She's quite young, and when it happened 15 years ago, it definitely came out of the blue. There was no like anything like that. But dude, like she can like legit speak to spirits. She's like she's told like, dude, how do you even talk about this without it sounding stupid or crazy? True, right? So let me tell you the backstory.
Well, you just sat with the worst guy for
Mate,
us, dude.
let me tell you.
I can't even pretend. I struggle. I'm bad for this stuff, dude.
My girlfriend Emma's exactly the same. She's like, nah, no way. So listen to this, right? So this is how it all kicked off. So
I'm too boring. That's what all it is, dude. I don't take it personally. I'm just too boring.
I'm going to give you some bullet points though. All right, I'm going to give you a few bullet points just to think about, and we can go on from there. First thing, so skip forward a little bit. So this person in my family wakes up one morning and there is a person on her drive that nobody else can see, and she can see this person on the drive. Obviously she's freaking out. She's really young at this stage. I'm talking 10, probably 11 years old, like young. She's freaking out. Like there's this guy on the drive. My auntie, because it is my cousin, I don't know if I've said that or not, but anyway, my auntie's like, what is going on? Like there's this, what are you talking about? She's like, there's a guy standing in the drive. Like, anyway, goes on for hours like this. Plucks up the courage to go out and speak to this guy. Asks him his name. Gets the name. He tells her everything about himself. Like, how he died. Where he lived. Anyway, fast forward a little bit of time.
So they was just stood in the auntie and the cousin were just stood in the drive. Yeah. And she's talking to them.
But she doesn't talk. Like, this is dude, this is why I need to get her on to talk about this. She doesn't talk to them as in like what we're talking now.
You alright, mate?
It's a look.
You alright, mate? What are you doing in the drive?
It's a look. It's a look.
It's not like that.
It's like a, and she figures it and she talks.
Like that.
Yeah, it's a stare. It's a like. Anyway, finds out where he lives. Anyway, my auntie and my granddad, who's passed away now, went to this house that he said, and everything she said checked out. Like he got killed in a car accident, I think. Blah 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 blah. So there's that's happened. We've had so also this is, dude, how have we opened this rabbit hole? So anyway, so the ex-girlfriend I was talking about before with the psychic, she used to say she had like feelings of things in the house, right? So I got the person in my family to come to that house, to go and be like, look, what's in here? Anyway, she basically gets talking to this little girl who was murdered by her dad. She's only a little girl. Like, she's like, I can see her. She's there. She's got like red hair. She's got like ringlets, and she keeps saying no, dad, and got a name. And then, I shit you not, dude, my other cousin who was with us. This is I'm all over the place with this. My other cousin who's with us goes on Google after loads of searching, finds this exact child who was killed by her dad in America. Right there, like, this is it. Like, this is a picture of her. This is everything. Like, this is the girl. that's in my ex-girlfriend's house. It's so trippy. And I've personally seen it as well, which was a bit of a trip. So we were we were driving, and my cousin was in the car, and it's become like a bit of a family joke, man. If I'm honest with you, you'd be like, "Oh, is there anyone in here?" And she'd be like, "Yeah, there's a person there. There's a girl over here, and whatever." So we were driving in the car.
Fuck, it sounds disturbing for her. Is she alright?
Yeah, she's good with it. She's learnt to. There's all these things that like the University of Leeds were doing studies on her and stuff for a little while. It's crazy, man, honestly. So anyway, so we're driving, and my dad lives on a road called Cemetery Road. So my cousin doesn't know anything about this area where my dad lives, but she was like, there's a lot of activity around here, like there's a lot of spirits and stuff. So my dad was like, oh, it's called Cemetery Road, there's a cemetery on the back of it, blah, 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 blah. Driving along. Anyway, my auntie was like, look, this is when it all sort of first started as well. My auntie was like, look, if there's so much activity, like make something, do something, like make something happen. And she's like, oh, it's really hard, blah, blah, blah. Basically, she explained that like these spirits use up all this energy to do something, and then they're a little bit out of energy for a while. So she's like, okay, all right, I'll try my best. Anyway, I shit you not, like, and I can't even say, like, on anyone's life, she made a wheelie bin, lean over, as if obviously it's on wheels, it had just fallen over. Went like that, stood straight back up. And we were just like, what? And then the other time that I've experienced it was at the top of another family member's garden. They had a swing set. Nice day, beautiful. One of the rare sunny days in the UK. We're having a barbecue. And we were doing a similar thing. Your video's gone off again, by the way. So we're doing a similar thing. And one of my family members was like, can you make that something happen? Like, make that swing start swinging. And dude, shit you not, swing start swinging. Up and down. It's crazy.
No way. So that fucking...
And
Dude, I feel like playing Jane right now.
Yeah. I was 100%... This is utter bollocks. Like, you know, years and years ago. But then ever since this happened, I'm like, yeah, there's probably something going on somewhere, and it's hard to explain it, it's hard to talk about it, and this is why I've really, really wanted to have her come and sort of explain this stuff maybe a little bit.
How interesting. And I guess that changes quite a lot then you're more like, you know, if I'd seen something, I'd probably be more open to the supernatural.
Yeah. Why did you ask anyway?
Fuck no, I can't even remember.
No, I can't. I've gone on a bit of a tangent there, haven't I?
What was it? Oh, we were talking about like palm reading and like horoscopes and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that is majorly quackery, if I'm honest. But I think it's hard to think, like, what is it? What is going on? I think most people probably have the same opinion as me before. Have been like, nah, it's whatever. But she's, you know, when you speak to my cousin, like it's the real deal, man. Like there's something.
And she didn't watch any films before any of this.
Dude, she was like,
dude, I'm too boring. I'm too boring.
I'm with you.
I'm
with you.
Not like, yeah.
You're like, yeah, whatever. She's making it up. But you would, if you met this person, you'd be like, no. And at the time, man, she was probably 10 years old. Like, it was, she's too young for any of that. She's too young to start Googling things, too young to start looking into the history of people, especially random people. We've also had, like, sort of family funerals and stuff where she's been able to tell, like, other family members exactly what that person is wearing, like, at a funeral, even though they're in a box and she had no idea what they've been buried in. Stuff like that.
Crazy.
Wild, dude. Some wild shit. I'm going to try and get her on, like, because I think it would be quite an interesting...
Yeah, I'd love to listen. Yeah, I'd love to hear that.
Just to
Don't
riff
get
on
on
it.
when I'm in.
No!
It scares the shit out of me, that. Fucking wheelie bins will start moving around.
But some people do have, like... seem to have, like, a sense and stuff. I tell you what, dude, there's so many things of this have happened in the past. Like, I forget about them. I forget all these little things that have happened in a family where she's played a bit of a part in it.
How interesting.
Yeah.
So you got loads of stories like it?
Yeah, like loads. And I wouldn't want to tell a lot of them on here because it's like, it's probably not the right platform. But when she's here, I probably would, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'd love to. I'd definitely listen to that episode. I'd be hyped to hear about that.
I'll make it happen. I think the thing is with her, she's like super shy, Yeah. You would never, ever think that she could say what she says and have the experiences that she's had with it. It's just wild.
So it's quite disturbing, a lot of it.
So listen, I came back from the States, right? My dad picks me up from the airport. We're chatting on the way up the motorway, and he just drops this on me. He's like, "You never get what?" I'm like, "Oh, what? Oh, you know your cousin? Yeah, she's like 11. Yeah. Oh well, she turns out she speaks to dead people now." Like, what?
Like, shut up, Dad.
Yeah, exactly. Like, whatever. It's like, no, they've got one living with her. It's like a spirit guide, and like, yeah. And I've always been like really interested in it. I'm interested in that. I think it's such an interesting topic that what does happen? What happens when you physically stop?
Yeah,
your body stops. Like, what is it? You know what I mean?
I have absolutely no idea. I mean, really, if I'm honest, my gut thoughts are that you rot and turn into dirt.
Yeah.
That's it. I love the idea of something more beyond it, but I just can't make myself.
Yeah.
But then equally, I'm not willing to just say, I'm not willing to just say that, like, I don't know. I think I've got a certain level of spirituality about me, but it don't go very far. I wouldn't have.
I think,
like, I like the thought that I like stuff for a reason that can't be explained, but then I don't know.
Yeah. How do you God, we're gonna get hopefully not too morbid, but how do you want to go out? Like, do you want to be buried or cremated or?
Yeah, probably burnt. I mean, ultimately, I don't have very strong feelings on it. That probably.
Yeah, I sort of do, because I just want to go back into the ground. Like, I just feel like the right thing to do is to just be literally put in the floor where you sort of came from. You should just dissolve back in.
But cremation would be that as well, wouldn't it?
I think so. Yeah, but I sort of like the idea of, insects and whatever being able to thrive off of your body, which is what in theory should happen, right? You shouldn't be burnt, or you should be put in a.
I don't know. It's fucking crazy. In Nepal, we went to this river, and they were doing the cremations, which are just kind of public cremations.
Right.
I felt really weird and touristy, I've got to say, but they have this river, and then they make these big like piles of wood, and then they just have bodies on there, and they get burnt with all flowers and blessings and stuff.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
I don't know. I've always been of that opinion that you should be, because they have them. I don't know if you have them down. Yeah, no doubt you do. We have like natural burial grounds a little bit up here, so you can literally just go in a cardboard box and then you just go in the floor.
Yeah,
that seems to make sense to me.
Like
that's
cardboard coffin almost.
Like,
isn't it? Yeah.
That's where you came from. You came out of the earth. You are matter. You should just be back in matter.
Yeah, I think the same applies for like being burnt.
Yeah,
I
guess. But nothing can really feast on ashes, though, can it? Like, nothing's going to thrive off it. You're not. You think?
Yeah. Like after a forest fire.
That's true. Actually, that's fair.
Like they go crazy, don't they?
Yeah. Anyway, what else have you been up to?
Yeah, dude, we covered a few things, huh?
Yeah.
Have you still not got video?
Yeah, we're good. I can see you now.
You've got video now.
Are you going to do a dance?
It's been quite a weird experience talking about wheelie bins moving, just with no video of my reaction.
It was
there you go, man. I'll tell you what I've been doing. I've been fitting an alternator onto my G-Wagon.
Alternating? Really?
That's what I've been doing. Right now I'm feeling like a real man.
Oh, you're a man's man, are you? Like a bloke.
I feel like a man's man right now.
Mucky hands.
Do you know what I did? The battery light was coming on, it was going out when I revved it. I self-diagnosed that this was the alternator.
Right. Yeah.
All right. I bought an alternator. I fitted the alternator, and it's fixed the problem.
Wow.
Come on,
mate.
Yeah, I think
you're not a car
you
mechanic.
deserve that.
You've had a go.
Thanks, dude.
And there's nothing better than that feeling of you've accomplished something, you've fixed something, you've saved yourself a few quid.
Yeah. This is like why I like old cars, because I feel like I've always had a go. I'm by no means any good at car mechanics, but I've always had a go. And every time you fit something or fix something, feel that bond to your car. grow bigger. And then you like have that information in your head and you know it. And then I've got my workshop manual and I've noted the part number, written down the date, like a proper guy's guide.
Nice. Where do you get an alternator from for it? Is it the same as something else? Is it
Euro car parts?
so it is the same as something else.
Yeah, they had one in the country.
Oh
and they
shit!
sent it down to me. Yeah.
So it's not the same as something else.
No, not really. 88 Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon alternator.
Wow.
Actually, it's not good news if it's the only one in the country. Like, what happens when I need another one?
Let's put one on back order now.
I should do, shouldn't I? Yeah.
Good effort. That's cool, man. Yeah, like you say, there's
It's
a sense
funny,
of
though.
achievement that you've done it, and so the alternator takes power from the wheels
From your belt.
and the belt. Okay, power from the belt makes
So basically,
electric.
Exactly. So I thought, this is how I'm going to reveal how little I really know, and I just got lucky. But the battery light comes on in there, which means it's not recharging, and it should just recharge on tick over.
Yeah.
And then when I revved, the battery light would go out.
Right.
So basically, it just wasn't recharging
Yeah.
properly. I think I was like 50-50 on whether it was the battery or the alternator, and I thought I'll go with the alternator first.
Most expensive first.
And it kicked, and it worked.
Mate, I'm proud.
Stoked, dude. Thanks, man. Yeah, had to do a little bit of wiring, had to do a little bit of jiggery pokery, but we did it. It took me honestly 3 times to put the one back in because there's like such an order of like where stuff goes, and there's no place for your hands. And I tell you what, I get a great
Accessible
deal of,
part as well. Or are you underneath it at this point?
bit of under, bit of over. It's like I get a great deal of joy working on a car, and I get a great deal of dissatisfaction working on a push bike, which is funny, isn't it? A push bike's so fiddly for me. It's all so little and fiddly, and
and none of that. Like, I remember, like, again going back to my moto days a little bit. That my dad's a car mechanic, and he was very much like everything just goes like super tight. Like I used to ride like the rigidest motocross bikes ever, dude. Everything was like, you know, breaker bar on it, like really cranking everything super tight. But yeah, everything is kind of fiddly, isn't it? You can't really like crank on anything. It's all like just like 12 Newton meters, 18 Newton meters. It's just like
that's it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's quite nice knowing everything's like overbuilt in a car, isn't it?
Yeah, and you can really crank it up. 'Cause there's nothing better, is there, than just cranking on some bolts sometimes and getting them like nice and tight and knowing it's not going to move.
It's good. Do you know, I had one period where I had both alternators in front of me, and like the connectors didn't just go straight on.
Right.
So I had one moment where I'm looking at both of them, and like it literally means nothing to me. I'm like, there's all these different like attachments, and none of it matches up. And but I managed to work it out, thankfully. Hopefully, anyway, you know, dude, I've only run it up for 15 minutes, and it seems to be charging the battery.
Oh, fair enough, mate. I like that. I think that seems to be your style, doesn't it? Run it up for a few seconds and then just step out into the deep end.
Yeah, so I'm driving to Fort William tomorrow, innit? Yeah.
Just
No,
stop.
Oh, what was I going to say? Yeah, I can't remember. I've lost it.
Okay.
Can't remember.
All right.
It's good, though. It's good. I'm stoked.
What's
Happy.
the longest road trip you've ever done in a car? Or a van? As in, like, the furthest you've
all
driven?
over Europe, really, but never in my own ones, because I always have old shit stuff. But borrowing a car has got to be somewhere in Germany, I would imagine, or Spain maybe. I drove to Spain.
Yeah, that's a big one. It's tiring, isn't it?
I could see myself enjoying it in later life, like touring in a car.
Yeah, I think when you've not got any time constraints, it's definitely quite enjoyable. I think I found it a little bit stressful again last week. I can't believe I used to do it like every day. You know, driving all the way down to Dawlish, like down on the south coast from Sheffield. It's like 4.5, 5 hours. And I don't know, mixed emotions. Like I miss it because I do like my van. Maybe it's because I'm not in my own vehicle because I had to rent a van. But like my van used to be like that's my space. Like, you know, you have your podcast on, you have your music in there, you have like snacks and just hang out and get super comfy and just like chill really and make phone calls, and it was really nice. But yeah, it was a bit stressful. I think maybe because it was so like I was up against it a little bit. It was, you know, get down there, drop off this thing, stay in a hotel, drive home. But yeah, weird. It's weird to think that I used to do that every day. It's weird because like
it's weird, isn't it?
my like job has changed so much in the last year and a half. It's just totally different to what I used to do for a living. So I do miss it, but at the same time, didn't miss sat in traffic on the M5 on a Friday afternoon. sort of
Yeah,
going,
true that.
I just want to get home now, and I'm still like 3 hours away. It's just, ugh. Yeah.
I've only ever done really. Actually, that's not true. Yeah, I used to do quite big journeys in my old cars.
Yeah.
And it was a part of it. You stop off, you let it cool down, you put some extra oil in, you put some water, you like check it over.
Yeah.
That's funny to think, isn't it? You didn't have like a sat nav, and you had to just like take your time. That was in a VW Caddy. It was probably, I think it was 88, 87. I think my old Caddy was.
I mean,
So the same age as
we used to drive to Poland, like, you know, twice a week.
For Speedway. And that.
Yeah, Speedway, and then my company was based in Poland, so I used to go there 2 or 3 times a week, and then.
So how long is that?
It's tough. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. It's a long way. It was like from here to Dover is probably 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah, long.
2-hour ferry.
Yeah.
And then from Dover all the way to Poland to where we were was about 12, 13 hours.
Yeah,
Big trip.
Tough. That.
And you just knackered all the time. Like,
I think that's probably longer than I've done.
I used to do it
Like
at least 2 or 3 times a week. I'd drive there, and then sometimes we'd get there and just almost swap over vehicle and just set off straight back. It's just brutal. Like, you'd stop, maybe have a bite to eat, say hello to some people, some of the staff, jump back in a van.
That's tough.
Drive all the way back. It was gnarly.
See, I think if I had, if you've got like a, they don't really, pardon me, they don't really appeal to me that much. But like a new Porsche, it doesn't really appeal to me that much. But the thought of like going up into the Alps, and stopping off at various like cool hotels or Airbnbs,
Autobahn.
when I'm older. Yeah, that kind of does do it for me a bit. I can imagine.
Yeah,
it.
definitely.
Like,
when you're in a nice, comfy vehicle,
cool.
it is an enjoyable thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And oftentimes when we were doing that, we'd jump in, other people's vehicles that they were having converted into a camper, so you wouldn't know it. It'd be, is it going to make it? Is it not? Like, we took some when we first started and we were struggling for work. Like, we took some ropey shit to Poland, man. We'd be like, we're going to drive your van, like 1,000 miles, and they'd be like, oh god, like, well, fingers crossed. Hope it makes it. But, yeah, get some water in. But yeah, crazy times, man. I only had one major issue with a breakdown in Germany, which was a bad situation. Broke down on the Autobahn in Germany on my own. Yeah.
Yeesh.
In a Transit Connect, like a small transit that we bought to convert. Oh man, it was the worst.
The Transit Connect
it was
is
the
kaput.
worst. No breakdown cover. Oh god.
What was up with it?
It just blew up. It's one of them.
Oh, so
it went big. Yeah. Like it went like. One of those ones, like.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's gnarly.
Horrible. Hey, what is the feeling of travelling? You know that like feeling of like just passing through places and stuff?
Yeah.
I can't really tell you what it is. Like, I get it on my bike. I like to go, like, every now and then I want to go like a further distance.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you why, because I'm just pedaling for longer. But there's a feeling. It's more than that.
It is.
It's more than just pedaling in a straight line.
Yeah, it is.
There's something about going.
Yeah, what is that feeling?
I don't know what it is.
There's definitely a sense of freedom and adventure when you're out and you're exploring new places.
Yeah.
But I think, I don't know, as I'm getting a little bit older, I sort of like my own little bubble a little bit more than I used to. I used to really relish that, right, let's just, and the adventure of, again, I'm going to go back to the camper van thing, was, let's say we had a customer in the north of Sweden. It was like, wow, we're going to go find this guy's house in the north of Sweden, and we're going to stay somewhere up there. We'll probably end up camping under the stars, and like, whereas now I'm like, I'm all right. I just stay here. I don't know. It's definitely changed a lot. As you're like,
I think probably,
obviously you travel a lot for your job and stuff. As your,
I'll do 100%. As I get older, I like home more, and I like having stuff local to me. And definitely during the pandemic, I reckon a lot of people that will listen to the podcast, maybe they've noticed a change in like staying local. Certainly, I noticed a theme of like people enjoying exploring their like local area.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I've got to say, I'm in no real rush. I've been spoilt enough to go travelling loads during this pandemic, so but I'm in no real rush to get back on it. If I'm honest with you, it's just a lot of hassle and uncertainty and boring-ish. It's not like freedom. Like, I remember when I was younger and I was in a transit van and I had some A4 pages printed off of directions to somewhere in Germany, and I was like, that felt like freedom. I guess it is freedom, the feeling we're talking about. Whereas it's not really like that at the minute. It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely. I think that was definitely the case even recently, travelling even just down south. It's not as easy as it used to be. I got told off for not wearing a mask, for example, in the hotel, and I was like, it's just too much. This, like, it's just too much. It's not easy. It's not, even going into the services isn't as easy as it maybe should be. And I know we've got to take these precautions and stuff, but you stood in a queue which is like a kilometre long because everyone's got these gaps in between them, and like I was literally queuing for lunch at Gloucester Services, and I love Gloucester Services, but you had to like queue outside, and it was pissing it down with rain. It's just like, this isn't how it meant to be.
Because it's all like minor, it's all minor
first world
inconveniences, really, but they're built up. But it's like, I am with you, dude. It's like, there's a load of things that just on their own, you're like, oh, come on, dude, you just have to fucking queue with 2 metre gaps. But when you like compound them all together, it pisses you off, dude. And especially like, you put them all together and you add nearly 2 years or whatever it's going to be at the end. Yeah, it's annoying, and I don't want to talk about it all the time. I don't want to like everything to relate to it. Like, fairly over.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think I am as well. It is. It's
annoying.
Just not. Yeah, it is a bit annoying, and just the fact that everything you organise, you have to be taking this thing into consideration. Like everything, even coming down to the freedom ride thing, like, you have to consider it for everything, and like, how are we going to do this? How are we going to do that? How many people can we have? Like, let's just open it up. Just open it up.
I know, right? It's going to be lovely when
it is going to be lovely.
It's going to be lovely when we're back in the game. Can't wait. Do you know? Yeah,
for sure.
Can't wait.
For sure.
It's going to be brilliant. Lots to look forward to, I guess. That's the cool thing. And it's like that. Did I ever tell you about when my mum turns the volume down on the TV?
Right.
Like, she turns the volume down. So she turns the volume down like 5 points, and then she'll listen to it for a bit, and it'll be really quiet and difficult. But then she'll turn it up 2 points, and it'll feel loud. But you actually ended up 3 points below. I think I have talked about it because I think I remember thinking this doesn't really make sense before.
And it also gives me anxiety that she'd go down 5, because you should really go down 6.
Really,
so it's got to be an even number,
Bernard's
right?
like that. Bernard can't have that on his controls on the dash.
Same, never.
Really, yeah. There you go.
Even though 5 is my lucky number, I'd never have something on volume 5.
You would have thought it'd be alright.
Or 15, or 25.
I try not to let those things get me too much anymore. They used to get me a lot, OCD things.
I feel like the more we're using the 23, it's probably making you a bit worse, maybe.
I'm happy with 23. I feel fine about the 23. I still do loads of weird shit, dude.
Like what?
Do you want me to show you?
Yeah.
Oh, this is fucking weird.
We got video now, so do it quick. Because it keeps going.
So, I always have bits of wood stuck in my shoes, right?
Why?
Because it's lucky.
Oh, in the laces at the front.
Yeah, I always have bits of wood. Have you seen that?
You've talked about that before, yeah.
I've just got beads. Wooden beads for my shoes. So that my shoes... And I've put the beads on my shoes that I do dangerous things in.
Okay.
That's not normal, dude.
Lucky beads?
Yeah, that's super weird. Yeah, and I know it's stupid, but I just do it just in case.
And before you
my
just
ankle again.
Before you just have...
Sticks.
Just sticks.
Yeah, and do you know what made it worse is I didn't have a stick in my shoe when I broke my ankle the last time.
Oh, no.
So now I'm like... So it's grown in me a little bit.
Maybe you need that bit of resistance on the shoe.
Yeah, there you go. But bear in mind, I completely, fully know it's stupid.
Yeah.
I just do it anyway.
Have you ever...
Which doesn't make it any better, but that's the only one I've got left over these days, just number 23 and little bits of wood in my shoes.
It's weird, man. Have you ever done stuff... I mean, we spoke about it before. We spoke about most things on this thing before, but like when you mix up your shower routine, or you put your left leg into your trousers before you put them on, and you're just like, this is so weird. Today's going to be fucked. Like, it's just going to be fucked.
I do know what you mean, I do know what you mean,
Strange.
There's like a... I was watching PT actually in Transmadeira, and he's got such a pre-race ritual. Like I don't even know if he's aware of it, but it's fucking insane. I was watching him he does like I can't remember the order anymore. Like if I was younger, I would have remembered that and I would have copied it and done it exactly. But he has like an order for like glove. So he's like cleaning the goggles, glove, and goggles. They were all his pre-start procedure was exactly the same every single stage because we did a load of stages in Transmadeira together, and I was just watching him. I was like, "Fuck!" I don't know if he's aware, but he does the exact fucking same thing every time. Clips in one foot, clips in the other foot.
Yeah,
like everything's identical. Wow. I think that's so cool.
It is. I used to do. I've just thought about it now. The whole that I'm not even religious. Like, I probably just saw someone do it once, and I'm like, giving it the whole. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you doing a cross on your body? I'm not even religious. At all.
There was a guy called John Jesme. Do you remember him? He rode for Ellsworth.
No.
Anyway, John Jesme was at the bike show. He's like one of the first guys to do like flips on mountain bikes regularly, and he had them down. And he came up Wisley trails, which were like relatively close to the. Actually, no, he wasn't close to the bike show at all. But on their way through to the airport, they will have stopped off at these trails, back then. And he came riding with us, and every time he dropped in, I remember him doing that. And like I was like 14 or 15, riding the same jumps, and I literally didn't even think of it as remotely dangerous.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I'd throw myself over anything. And I remember thinking, I thought, wow, this guy's seriously gnarly. He's like flipping these like contest jumps at the bike show. That's my dream thing. I want to go to the bike show. I want to do backflips and stuff. And he came up Wisley, and he's like, he's rocking he's doing this every run. I was like, you're right, mate. Like,
you're like, how dangerous is this? He thinks he's going down.
It really made me question. Really made me question it because I had a helmet at the time and I'd lost the buckle on the strap, so I just had flat like the things hanging off the whole time. I was like, "Jesus, maybe I need to reevaluate
before
what's
every
going
run.
on here." Yeah,
that'll make you reevaluate what you do for a living.
Yeah, I was like, I'm only 14. I don't think this is gnarly. How come this?
That's funny. Yeah, that's
funny,
good.
Isn't it?
You've been riding much? Have you ridden much over the weekend and stuff?
Yeah, loads. Just in the wet. It's mizzy, isn't it? It is mizzy.
I went out yesterday and had one of those rides and got back, and I was like, why did I even go out?
Yeah.
It was like I literally rode over to see my dad and then rode home.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been strict about cleaning my bikes every ride.
Nice.
Yeah, because I figured now I ride for Kinggood. Like I can't really be running the same level of degradation on my bikes.
That's fair.
As before.
That's
and
fair.
It does work really good, so I just get home and clean them.
Nice.
But it just adds a really long period of time to the process, doesn't it? Like, put the pads on, put the ankle brace on, put the shoes on. The shoes are wet. Oh, well, the shoes are wet. Put the trousers on. There's all dirt on the floor. Wheel the bike out. Like, everything takes so long when it's been wet and shitty, you know?
Yeah. I won't say I wish I didn't go out yesterday, but I got...
You wish you didn't go
in a way. Dude, I was out for like 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it?
And I got back and I was covered in shit, and I'm like... having to do a full clean up outside. But I wanted to... Well, I got a new bike. I got a Jam. Right?
Yeah.
So, and I'm like... And I didn't ride it for a few days, and I'm like, how fucking... Not spoiled am I being? Like, I've got a new bike. Like, I'm excited. Like, I should...
Gotta
go out on
it.
it.
Yeah.
And even though it was raining yesterday, I was like, I just want to go out on it. I just want to, like, ride it. So...
Yeah,
got that. Then that to me, dude, it's funny because I was saying to my dad, I was like, I've actually got the love back again now. Because before I'd have been like, nah,
sick, dude. That's
whatever.
So good.
Like I'll ride it another day when it's not as wet. But I was like, no, like I want to get out on it. I just want to go see what this thing's like. So yeah.
What was it that got the love back? Would you say? Would you say it was Ebes?
No, it's definitely helped though. And I don't want to go all Rob Warner because he when he did his whole like. Not riding the even, I'm not going to do that. But like when you climbing up a horrible hill, which is basically what I have to do to get anywhere here, I was like, ugh, this is a grind. Like, I wish I was on the e-bike. Whack it in trail and just buzz up to the top. But
when it's wet, I really, really hear you. Like, sometimes you just think, well, I'm just dragging out something that I don't enjoy.
But obviously then when you turn around and go the other way, and you can, it's fine. Yeah. But 100%. Like, when you're grinding up a hill yesterday in the rain, I was like, what am I doing? Like, oh shit. Yeah,
there's just moments, aren't there? It always strikes me that, like, what's your 3-bike garage? I always think about that now. Since was that?
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was. Yeah.
That brought that up. I think it was. Yeah, like, that was one of the questions, wasn't it? I always think.
Has it changed much?
No, I don't think so. I think my 3-bike garage was just as it would be now. Dirt jump bike, 150.
Yeah, I think I said exactly the same. I think. Yeah, that's the 3, innit?
I think it would be. Yeah, it just covers all bases, really. It's for where I live.
Yeah, no doubt. Don't need a downhill bike. But if you were to put a downhill bike in, let's say you had to have a downhill bike, what would you take out of that 3-bike garage?
I'd be really pissed off with a downhill bike. I mean, I can actually say that without worrying because Focus don't make one, so... But there's not one part of me that wants a downhill bike or even looks at them and thinks they're cool. I don't know why I've lost it over the years. Maybe I trained myself because I couldn't have one when I was younger. So maybe I just trained myself to not want them. But I don't even want a downhill bike.
I remember we had a friend when we used to ride like dirt jumps a lot more and BMX stuff. He had a downhill bike. It was like his only bike. It was whenever you're going anywhere, you're like, come on, dude.
It's kind of the most useless only bike.
Riding along the canal on a downhill bike and you're just like, oh god, this looks painful.
When you see one doing its job, 100%. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Pretty cool.
100%. But yeah, this thing was sick. Like, I got the jam, and it's good. Just like I said, I just wanted to go and at least feel it out a little bit.
Wicked, yeah.
And just need to do some setup stuff, and we should be golden, I reckon. It'd be nice to have a little bike to throw around.
So,
even though it's not that little.
What are you bringing to Freedom Ride, dude?
Yeah.
That's going to be the bike.
I might bring 2, you know. Because I feel like towards the end of the day you want to do e-bike laps, right?
Yeah, I might bring 2 actually.
And last year with Freedom Ride, I don't know if you remember, but we didn't really stop riding all day. It was constant, and I think we had a little break for lunch, but I think this time probably gonna have to mellow out a little bit because I don't think I can ride like that for 2 days. Like
2 days straight,
2 days straight, and I'll be,
might be a lot.
It's a lot.
Hey, do you know what I was thinking? So I might bring my... Yeah, okay, I'm up for that. Yeah. I'll bring a normal, I'll bring an Ebe, and I might bring the jet ski, dude.
You should.
I think I should.
So people can have photos with it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, do that.
Imagine how few photos the jet ski's going to get. But anyway, I just think it's funny if it's parked there.
Oh, please bring the jet ski.
It would be funny, right?
100%. Yeah, please bring the jet ski.
Yeah, I will.
Can you crank it? You can't crank it up, can you? You can't like...
If we get a hose, we can.
All right.
Or if we get a pond. There is a pond down the bottom probably at the minute.
Are you doing jet ski rides?
We could do that, just sucking all those leaves into the impeller.
Oh man, please bring it. Yeah,
that would be funny, wouldn't it? All right.
Yeah, please bring it. Just for photo opportunities, people want to see it.
Yeah. All right, we'll bring it along.
Amazing.
Okay, so I don't have a thing that I've been watching this week, but I thought I'd bring this up because to be honest, we've done pretty well so far. I don't even know what we've talked about, but I feel like we've covered a few things.
Probably.
Yeah. So I thought this was this one really made me laugh. Like, I sort of have a few moments. I try most days to find something will make me laugh a lot.
Yeah.
And this was the one that made me laugh a lot. So it's I don't know if she's a surfer or a snowboarder, but she's called Tora Bright. And you can search for her on Instagram.
Okay.
Now she's obviously a world famous athlete. She's very successful.
Yep.
She's recently had a kid.
Just found her, yeah.
So if you go through the photos, she posted a photo of her doing a headstand with the titties out, and the child is breastfeeding. And I just thought this was the funniest.
Where is it? How far down?
It's blown up. I'll find it for you, dude. I found this.
Oh yeah, she's not shy of, which is great. I mean, show what it is.
Yeah, all right. Well, let me show what it is then
Yeah.
as well. Less great, isn't it? Right, okay. This one here.
Okay, and
Okay, so there is a bit of a scandal.
oh, is it the one,
photo.
2, 3, 4, fifth one down?
It's the second one in, and it's a black and white photo
Oh.
on the front cover.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Anyway, to start with, why I found this so funny, dude, because I find social media quite funny anyway.
Yeah.
And then just to imagine like the thought process where I'm like, so she's got 203,000 followers. She's reproduced, so she's made a child, and from my perspective, social media is nothing but a work thing. Like, I don't need to share anything about my life that I don't want to.
Okay.
I don't need to share anything. So she's been like, first of all, someone's got to take the photo. So she's naked in the garden doing headstands, and the kids, what? Or is this an idea? Did they storyboard it? So then she's done the headstand, and the kids come over and had a go at the booth.
Yeah. Yeah.
To me, it's so bizarre. And then you upload it for 203,000, and then you upload like a video about how ridiculous it is that people have reacted. Kind of ridiculous, but also,
Yeah.
why are you uploading? Like,
Yeah, she's done a video saying like about the bond between her and a child. Mate, I think it's brilliant. It's
the headstand, breastfeeding headstand is
it's
brilliant.
the most natural thing in the world, isn't it? A baby suckling on a teat.
Yeah,
upside
there's
down,
a few
inside
other natural
out.
things.
Whatever. I don't care.
No, I don't care that any of it goes on. But why? Why are you putting it on social media? Like, it's like all social media is for other people to like
Yeah.
it.
There's a bit of
So why are you showing someone? Why are you trying to get like this weird currency of
yeah.
likes and shares with your child in a headstand position? Like, to me, it made me cry laughing. I couldn't care less. I think you should be able to breastfeed in public as much as you want. I'm not knocking that, but you've got to sort of question the motivation when someone starts like uploading pictures of their child.
Yeah. So, like what
Do you
you
know what
said,
I mean?
there's got to be a cut-off between it's a work thing and she's promoting
Yeah.
herself as a brand, as a whatever, she snowboarder or skier or whatever, surfer, I'm not too sure.
I'm not sure either.
And then there's got to be that cut-off between, are you doing that for like, I don't know, maybe have a personal account if you I don't know. I don't know. Where is that limit?
I mean, if I had a personal account, I wouldn't be. Yeah, I know. It just made me laugh because I questioned it. I'm not saying I know what's right or wrong, but to me, that's very funny. That's a very funny thing to be like, oh, check out this photo. I'm going off this cliff on my snowboard. Oh, check out this fucking massive turn. I did really well at this contest. And then, oh, check this out. I'm doing a headstand. And I've got my newborn child suckling on my naked breast in my garden. Like,
it's quite polarising, isn't it?
It's such like a record scratch. Like, if I did something like, I don't know, I just think it's like, you don't. Yeah, social media to me is like, it's quite clear what it's for. It's not.
What's
I
the
don't know,
most?
it's different for everyone. I just found it made me laugh so much, dude.
What's the most out there thing you've ever posted? Do you think?
I don't know, just
Because you're very much on brand, right? Like, it's very much I'd post cutties and whips and
I'd post,
G-Wagons.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much it, isn't it? It's like,
That's pretty much you. You've never done anything off brand, really, huh?
well, I don't see any need. I don't need anyone to tell me that's really good if I'm doing something that I already know is fucking good. I don't even value any. I don't value any of this stuff. I'm doing it anyway. It's just part of my job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if I did something like, I don't know. I guess I haven't really thought this. I haven't really thought this through. But to me, I don't understand why you would share certain parts of your life, or why there is even any need to. Like, it goes on anyway. Like, if all of the shit that I posted is, I'll tell you what, it's gonna go on anyway.
Yeah.
I just happen to share it because it makes sense for my job. But I'm not gonna like share like.
Dude, this is the thing, right? This is where it gets quite weird, this whole social media thing, because what are you doing this stuff for? Has she done that because the baby was thirsty or hungry, or has she done it?
Headstand.
Yeah, or has she done it because she wants this to happen?
Dude,
And
it's
that's the weird
storyboard.
thing.
Yeah. Isn't it?
And that's the weird thing with everything now. Like, it's the whole. It goes back to that whole like, can you go for a bike ride with that person on Instagram?
Yeah.
And honestly, if we could get rid of all that shit now, I would 100% sign up and be like, I don't want a phone. I just want to live my life. I want to go and do what I want to do, and not have to feel like it needs documenting.
I think we're lucky, dude, because we grew up without it.
Yeah, we are.
And actually, I think that goes in her favour as well, because she will have grown up without it. So she knows that she can do this, she can get a load of shit for it or not, get a load of likes or get a load of hate or get a load of controversy. And she knows that ultimately it doesn't matter, because it's not a real measure of your life, and it's not a real measure of your success or your happiness or anything. It's just a picture I put up of me doing a headstand with my boobs out.
Interesting thought too, is that baby has no control over that. So that baby is on the internet. And it's not signed a waiver. It's not like 200,000 people could have seen that. That's ridiculous.
Why do you do it anyway? It's the weirdest. It's so weird. I found it so funny. I was honestly on my own, like crying with laughter. That is something that someone would do. It's just insane, man. That is insane. Yeah. But anyway, and it doesn't reflect on any weirdness about people breastfeeding.
No, I totally
I think
see
that should have the taboo taken away.
Perspective. It just questions the whole. It makes you question the whole thing,
doesn't it? And as kids, you wouldn't question it. So we question it, but as kids, you wouldn't if you've had it all your life.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope that they just don't value it as much. They've had it all their life. They're just like, yeah.
Oh man, I think you'd be surprised, dude. There's so much goes on there now. I think being a kid, fucking weird at the weird time to grow up, and it's definitely,
isn't it?
It's definitely a lot of what goes into our decision to not have kids. Is that it's like I don't want to bring them into this. Like it's mental. We're not.
Because it's
I know you don't have to. You don't have to let them have a phone. You don't have to let them go on the internet. You don't have to have them accidentally watching Pornhub at 12. Like, you don't need that. You don't have to, but they're gonna. Their friends are gonna.
I guess there's always like measures in life. So people measure their kind of. I don't know. There's always the money measure as like a thing that people do, so that, and then you buy a car that shows you have money, and then that's like displaying that you have money. So whether that's the same as, like this is like social currency, but it's like weird digital social currency. So it's not like,
you know, like when we were at school
as a kid. That's so
your
weird.
Measure of like how cool you were was there was a few different factors, right? It was like for me at my school, it was like there was the hard kids sat at the back on the bus.
Yeah,
maybe they could fight. They were from a rough background. You had your sort of like your skitter kids who were sort of a little bit fringe, wore a little bit different clothes. You probably had the rich kids and the poor kids. There was like these mixes. Yeah. But now you have this element of probably, oh, look how many followers that kid's got.
Yeah,
weird.
Definitely.
And that'll be, you know, have they got a successful YouTube channel? Are they? Do you know what I mean?
It would hold weight. It would hold weight. If you think about the stupid shit that you worried about when you were a kid. I worried about my hair, you know? Like, I fucking worry about my hair. It's a mess. It doesn't matter. It's always going to be a mess. It's not something I can change. I don't care. Whereas as a kid, that was like a big deal. And then you think about fucking social media, exactly. And like, someone's unfollowed me and all of that. It's just like a weird digital shame, man. Because you used to be cool if you could... Yeah, when I was younger, you were cool if you could do a sport or whatever. Which, in a way, is no
But now it's
better.
Probably... Can you build a social media following? Can you sit at home at night looking at your phone, and then tomorrow you're going to have X amount more followers? Real weird. There should. I really think that kids shouldn't be on it. I really lean to what it should be like drinking. It should be 18. Like, oh, you want Facebook, Instagram? Yeah, 18. Then you can come on it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think you're right, because I just hope that people don't have this attachment to any of it, like actually being any kind of...
I feel like we always end up talking about it, but it's
measure
such a...
of success.
I think the more you talk about it, the more people hopefully think about it, even if they have kids and whatever, like, or they don't have kids, or just... It always trips me out, dude. I think we spoke about this on last episode, or maybe we didn't, but like, I rarely sort of drive past places at 8 a.m. anymore at schools and stuff like that, because I'm not out on the road that much. But I drove past the school, and you just see all the kids walking, but they're all on the phone. And then there were kids sat at the bus stop looking at phones, looking at each, and it's just like, you're so disconnected from everything that's going on around you. and you're so caught up in this digital world that's not real. Like, someone could flick a switch and it could all just go off. Like, someone could delete Instagram. Like, imagine if someone just deleted Instagram tomorrow.
All gets deleted.
Because they have the power to do it, I guess. You just be like, done, see ya. Like MySpace, just like, see ya, it's done.
It'd be a big bummer for my job, but then equally there would be a part of me that would be like...
Yeah. Totally.
You know?
Anyway.
It's, I don't know, I shouldn't really ridicule the lady who does the... Nah, fuck it, dude, she deserves ridicule. If I have a kid and I start doing posts like that, yeah, absolutely, that's ridiculous.
Kids shouldn't be on the internet.
She deserves it.
Not to that fault.
You can't put something up like that and then not have a bloke who's just fixed his alternator on his car. You can't expect me to understand. You can't expect me to understand, dude. So yeah, check that out. That's on Tora Bright's page. Obviously, I'm sort of adding to the...
Yeah, go follow her.
Yeah! I'm adding to the reaction to it. I thought... Yeah, I don't like the idea of anyone ridiculing anyone, actually. Writing comments, making anyone feel bad. And obviously, this has happened because she's had to do fucking a reaction post to it. So, but there you go. You don't have to put anything up. No. You actually don't have to do any of it. You don't have to do one. Literally, if you don't do that in the next 5 years, nothing will change. You can go about your life. You can put your head up, look around at the world.
Yeah. Crazy.
Everything will still happen. It's just a weird form of public masturbation, social media.
Big time. I was just listening to the latest Gypsy Tales, and he's got a kid on. Young man. Did you ever see the Angry Dad videos on Facebook and YouTube?
I don't know.
An Australian guy who basically used to get his dad real pissed off. He's called Mitch Orville.
Yeah.
And it was just interesting, like, just listening to him. I mean, this is going back to 2014 when this thing blew up, and he was getting, tens of millions of views on these videos, and he was like 18. And it's just interesting. I've only just started listening to it, but hearing like how that blew up and the success that comes with it and the issues and basically he's had a massive coke problem, and now he's sort of going through rehab and stuff. But yeah, just
too young kind of story.
Yeah. So that's your, what was it? That's what you've been watching. A lady upside down. God.
I didn't have a thing that I've been watching, but that was something that brought up. It just made me laugh so much. So I thought I'd have that instead of what I've been watching. And also whenever I talk about these things, you realise I'm like half joking, half serious, and I also appreciate that social media is very good as well. I think I'm always somewhere in the middle.
Social media is very kind to you. It's been very kind to me over the years.
Exactly.
But that's because we're in a very positive environment. You get a lot of positivity, and that's
because biking.
Yeah, because biking.
Biking is what's brilliant.
Because biking and great people. I mean, look at what we've just accomplished. We're doing Freedom Ride. A lot of it's social media driven, right?
Absolutely.
So yeah, big up everyone. Oh, by the way, as of recording this at this moment, for Saturday we've got 5 tickets left, which might, and then for Sunday there's about 40, I think. So if you've
Sundays, okay.
Yeah. So if you've not got a ticket for Freedom Ride, please go and get one.
I might be wrong, but are we talking about World Cup Sunday?
Yes.
It will be finals day, won't it? So we can watch the World Cup on a laptop together.
We can, hopefully. Well, yeah, we can.
Nice.
We can.
Yeah, of course we can. Yeah, we can watch it on our phones separately. But what I mean is, it's going on Sunday, right?
World Cup Sunday.
So World Cup
Sunday,
dude.
Let's get.
It's going to be a good one. I'm actually gutted I'm not out there for that one because Brendan obviously did really well last time. That was
really
part of the regular season, not COVID season.
Dude, I hope he has a good season, man. And I think we probably should get Bren on like next week, maybe, to talk about
Bren on
World Cup, and let's do a bit of a preview about World Cups and stuff. Who's hot, who's not.
Let's do it. We need a guest. We haven't had a guest for a while. We could get Bren. I wonder if I could just get Bren and Bernard around my house. This would be hectic as fuck, but it could be quite funny, right?
Yeah, it could work if they're down, for sure.
All right, we'll try it.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, let's do that.
Good.
Let's do like a World Cup preview sort of vibe.
World Cup preview show.
World Cup preview. Who've you got?
They've not left by then. They're all going to Schladming for training and shit, aren't they? But
I don't know.
We'll find out. Yeah.
All right. Okay, my watching. I'm just going to throw it out there. At the moment, it's the World Cup.
Brilliant.
The World Ice Hockey Cup, I guess. Is that what you call it? World Cup of Ice Hockey? I don't know. But it's on Free
WIC.
Sports, so most people have probably got the channel. And I'm a big hockey guy. I do enjoy ice hockey. You probably like it if you've never watched it. It's quite fast. It reminds me of basketball.
Oh, I love ice hockey. Yeah, I've never followed it, but I love watching
so
it. So
GB are in it, and they're doing all right so far, man. GB are doing okay. They got hammered by Russia. Played Slovakia yesterday, which was Monday, and only lost by two goals, 2-1. Canada are awful, which is really good to watch because the Canadians are usually shit hot, but they absolutely suck this year. So yeah, I like watching hockey, man. I'm trying to follow it the best I can. And
so the GB team.
Yeah.
Do we have any NHL players in the GB team?
I think we've got some like AHL, American Hockey League players, but not in the National Hockey League.
Okay.
No, some of them play for like working men's clubs and stuff like that. Some of them have never skated before.
Yeah.
But now we're pretty good at hockey. Like the English National League isn't. It's weird. Like if you watch a game on TV and you've never watched one before, you're like, "This is pretty cool." It looks quite fast. But then if you watch that and then you watch like an NHL game, it's like two separate sports. I mean, it really is. It's so fast, so much more faster paced. Like the hits are harder. Everything about it's just harder and faster. But yeah, it's still good. But I guess when you get the world teams together, the Russians are good. Denmark, Sweden, Norway, Finland, all these countries are really good at hockey. So it's good. So I'm just trying to catch up on that. There's a game on every day, I think, 6 p.m.
Oh, rad!
Free sports.
Nothing like being a sports fan, dude. I'm loving being a sports fan. Yesterday, I was... was it yesterday? Or no, Sunday. I was a sports fan Sunday.
Yeah.
I went for a ride, came back, sat on the sofa in my pants and watched the Formula 1.
Nice.
Yeah, dude. And no joke, honestly gave me goosebumps watching, like, for some reason... When you watch the full show, you watch them line up on the grid and you watch, like, each driver put his helmet on or whatever. I just was fucking imagining being Lando Norris, being 21, being in Monaco Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Putting my helmet on, having them talking in my ear. It gave me goosebumps. I just thought, what a life. Imagine being 21 and that's your life. It's insane.
It is pretty insane. Yeah, it is.
Nothing cool.
I mean, driving a race car for a living, making millions and millions of pounds or dollars. I mean, yeah, the pressure of it, the team stuff, like everything about it's just
how
insane.
Accurate you have to be.
Insane.
Wow. So yeah,
there's a lot of races this year too, isn't there? It's like, or is there always loads? Is it? Yeah,
I don't know. I actually don't know. I haven't seen what. I just watch them as they come. I'm going to
try and watch one. I struggle with it, man. It just bores me to death. I'm a bit
of
an elbows up.
To Survive?
Yeah, and I loved it.
Yeah,
loved it. But then sit and watch a race, and I'm just like,
really, yeah.
It's a bit boring.
See, I find the tactics amazing.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
Did you hear Warner's? Did you hear Lewis Hamilton's race engineer?
Yeah, you said last week. Yeah,
that's brilliant, isn't it? That's so cool.
I hope they get to line something up.
Yeah, that'd be wicked, wouldn't it? But just the thought of being a race engineer as well, like, and I love hearing like Michael Schumacher's son Mick is driving for Haas now.
Okay.
So and kind of with the young drivers, they kind of there's a certain amount of like, well, it's 100% like coaching. They're in a Formula 1 car and they're like obviously very experienced race car drivers, but they're in Formula 1. It's a different thing, and it's so cool listening to. There's loads of clips of like Mick Schumacher being coached by his like engineer.
Wow.
His race engineer.
So Michael Schumacher, like, I know he had a massive ski accident, but where is he?
Yeah, well, I think they're just...
He's not in a good way, is he?
No, well, I mean, ultimately, it's none of our business, is it? And I think the family are just, fuck you. No, You don't have to know. We don't have to give a fucking statement on how much... I really think that's cool. Yeah. I think it's not a given. We shouldn't just be allowed to see exactly how Michael's doing. I think it's... up to them. I kind of respect that, It actually kind of links in with what we're talking about with social media. I think, like...
It's not all access all the time.
No, it isn't. It shouldn't be. It should be whatever you choose it to be. You don't have to do those breastfeeding moments or anything, You just... Yeah, absolutely. So, fuck knows. But I hope that he's enjoying his life, in whatever way is possible now. But I have no idea how.
Yeah. Fair play to Mick as well, to probably go against the odds, and make it as a Formula 1 driver.
Dude, it's got to be hard, doesn't it? Having that dad.
Talent, talent, right? Like, that's nature. or is that's not nurture? I feel like that's a lot of nature as well. Just a natural at driving a car.
Yeah. And like it can go either way, can't it? You could be like, well, he's Michael Schumacher's like son. Of course he's gonna do it. But then equally, it's like everywhere you go, you got that fucking name. You wouldn't you? You'd just be like, oh, can't I just be Smith? For the, just every time you get a mid-pack result, it's fucking a Schumacher name. The brand is on there.
Yeah, it definitely comes with some pressure, man, for sure.
Yeah, it's
we
annoying,
haven't got
man.
with the mountain bike stuff. We've probably spoken about this before, but we don't have a young.
No, not yet. No, we did.
Didn't we?
About it before.
I feel like the Peak kids are looking. They've seemed to have. They're a bit more. I wouldn't say public, but maybe I've just noticed them more recently. Jake and
they're biking a lot. I think they ultimately like. It's weird, isn't it? The thought of your dad doing a sport doesn't necessarily mean it's cool or something that you want to do. At all. It's almost if you put it in like a percentage way, it's almost like it's actually more likely once you get to a certain age, you're more likely to be like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's
weird, isn't it?
That's really cool.
And I think Petey's a mega cool dad. I don't think he's like pushy in any way. No. So ultimately, he doesn't care what they do. So it's quite sick.
Interesting.
Who knows? Who knows who would be the first kid wonder?
I'm going to do a quick listening. My listening. So Emma and I sat and watched Eurovision on.
Oh, how funny was it? I watched some of it. I watched like 3 songs.
Well, obviously the British guy was tough. I mean, it didn't go well. Let's put it that way. I don't quite understand that deal. He looked like a darts player. He sang like a darts player as well.
He sang like a darts player, yeah. What was the song about? It was like...
I can't even remember it. Fucking hell, dude, it was bad.
I
know, most people, most
bad,
countries, most people hate our country anyway. You know, we always struggle to not get nil points. But to get nil points from the whole... Yeah, it was pretty weird. And I'm not really a Eurovision fan at all. But the Finland entry... which is a band, and I wrote it down.
The metal band.
Yes, they're called Blind Channel, and the song's called Dark Side, and it was fucking sick.
Did you know about the scandal with them?
No.
He got caught on the live feed. They thought he was snorting cocaine.
Oh no, that's Italy.
Oh, is it? Okay,
yeah, so Italy's is kind of like...
I haven't heard the Finland
one. Oh, dude, the Finn song was fucking sick. Like, it went hard. And Emma and I were like, this is actually really good. Nice. Yeah, everything else was pretty... bad, but yeah, that song and Italy's actually was pretty good.
Eurovision, man. I mean, what even is it? I don't even know what it is. If you had to summarise it, what is it?
It's every country puts together a bad band, and then they see who's basically the best of the bad bunch. I feel like that's the
but why does it have to be bad? Like, what genre is it? Why is it such?
I don't understand this. So it's always sort of, I wouldn't say amateur song, what are they called, singers, but they're not big names, are they? Like, we don't enter. I don't know.
Adele.
Yes, great. But then San Marino had Flow Rider. You're like, well, how did Flow Rider get into Eurovision? Like, he's, arguably one of the biggest American, rap people.
Dude, what is it?
Why do we have a darts player and they've got Flow Rider? Like, how does...
Yeah, we could have had Adele.
Yeah, why don't we enter someone that's got a chance of winning? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. But anyway, they had Flow Rider. He didn't go well either, so I think he was there expecting to win
it. Was it a live performance as well, or are they allowed to mime?
It's live.
They're not allowed to...
Yeah, there's only one that didn't do it live. I think it was... I'm like fountain of knowledge. I think it was Iceland, because one of them got COVID, so they had to use their, fake... Not their rehearsal song.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That was very peculiar. That was one of the ones that I saw.
Like blue jumpers on with, funny faces. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like they'd... Yeah, if they'd kind of done like a mood board of what they're all going to dress and look like, the keyword would have been losers. They just look like a load of losers, And I'm not... You know what I mean, though? You know what I mean? Like a bit like...
Yeah, it was. It was a bit... Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a few... I mean, most of it was that. The German one was rough. I mean, the whole thing was... But Emma wanted to watch it. Her company that they work for, they do these party packs. So we had bingo to play and fucking no, whatever makes you happy. Yeah. But yeah, the Finn entry was sick. So that's my listening. If anyone hasn't heard it, it's actually really good.
I tell you what, Terry Wogan was sorely missed. I used to really enjoy just listening to bits of it. Terry Wogan's commentary. Do you remember it?
Yeah, he used to just take the piss. I think
He's so dry.
Graham
wasn't
Norton
he?
did now, right?
Yeah, he'll do a good job of it. Yeah, but I
Terry
loved
Wogan
Terry
was like-
Wogan on it. I remember that as a child,
Yeah.
just laughing so loud at his bits. They were just so dry.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. Yeah.
That's sort of what it needs, isn't it? It is a bit of a laugh, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if anyone
it's a good
takes it
laugh,
serious.
I think it's funny anyway.
Yeah.
There's obviously a lot of money in it, but
Well, I don't know.
mad.
Who knows?
So my song for the week is Lewis Parker, and the song is Rise.
I'll put that in.
Lewis Parker, Rise.
Okay. What sort of vibe is it?
It's UK hip hop, dude.
Is it?
It's UK hip hop. Yeah, there you go.
I don't like any music that's on the radio at the moment. I don't listen to the radio very often, but the car I'm driving at the minute doesn't have AUX or Bluetooth, so I have to listen to the radio whenever I go out, and it's tough. I don't. Everything that comes on,
I
I'm
don't
just
like
like
someone choosing for me, dude. I don't
no,
like it.
that's true.
I
That's
hear
true.
you. And then the likelihood is if the person choosing it for you is trying to choose songs that everyone likes, it's like for some reason I feel like it's quite likely that I'm not gonna like it.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I find the radio quite tough.
Yeah, I'm with you. Okay, should we do some listener questions? Unless there's anything else you think.
Let's do. Oh, I've got a thing I'm worried about. I've got an appointment on Friday that I've written that down to talk about that.
Uh-oh.
I've got an appointment on Friday for an MRI scan for my ankle surgery.
Oh, is that coming up? Is
Yeah,
it?
and I'm scared, dude. I'm scared.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
gonna tell you. Well, it's kind of like having elective surgery. So they're talking about taking bone off my ankle. We've talked about it before, but
Yeah.
talking about taking bone off my ankle outside of the joint so that I get more movement. And it's just that's the thing that I'm thinking about lots at the minute. Yeah. So I
Fair,
put that
okay.
down on my what to talk about on podcast number 38. Lockdown
38.
Companion.
No, it's scary, man, and I think you're
Yeah.
gonna be okay. You're gonna be all right.
Yeah, it's just weird thought, like
Tell me about your
elective
own wood.
surgery.
I brought
isn't
my own wood.
it? Yeah.
Let me shape this in.
I just don't like the idea of them taking it out and then the extra movement I have being more painful, being like a painful bit of movement, because it does hurt a lot. It is a lot of pain the whole time. So that's what I'm thinking about at the minute. So if any of our listeners have ever had, what is it called, elective surgery, like where you choose to have it almost,
Okay. Right.
or like surgery. If anyone's had anything similar, it'd be interesting.
So
to hear
so you're gonna get the scan. They're gonna tell you what the deal is, and then you can choose yes or no.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I can choose whether it's a good idea.
So that's good.
It just frightens me, the thought. Well, I'm going to choose yes. I want more movement.
Yeah.
But whether more movement means more arthritis and more pain,
Got to do some
that's
research,
how my brain
man.
works, which is quite negative.
Well, I've got some listeners
Well-
for sure who will understand this. So reach out to Ollie and let's get a
Yeah,
conversation
there you
going
go.
and hook it up.
Yeah. Who's had bone shaved off in their ankle that's full of metal? Anyone? Let's do listener
Just quickly
questions.
before we do that, so we did say ages
Yeah,
ago
please.
that we'd do some charity shout outs, and we sort of haven't because basically we forgot. But I just wanted to give a quick one. I'm going to put some links in the show description just because I've been made aware of a couple of really good ones. So the first one would be my friend Jack. Jack Forrest, I forgot his name. Is part owner of Merge Decals with the Hockenals. So they just recently did a challenge called 3 Peaking. So Jack was involved.
Oh yeah, I
Did
saw
you see
that.
it? Yeah.
That's
So
sick,
Jack was
yeah.
involved in a motocross crash. Almost died, and then he's gone and done this massive challenge. It was him, Sam Dale did it, a bunch of the Hockenals and a few others. So they basically climbed up Ben Nevis. They then cycled to Scarfell Pike, which is 250 miles. They trekked Scarfell Pike. They cycled to Snowdon, which was another 200 miles. And then they hiked Snowdon. So in total, it was like a 500-mile bike ride with the 3 biggest peaks involved. So yeah,
So
the
sick.
guys have done it. Obviously, it's done now. They've killed it. They've raised a bunch of money, but the Just Giving page still up. So if anyone does fancy giving a little bit of a donation or just checking it out, then check out. There's this link in the show
Rad.
description for 3 Peaking. And then the other one, I
Well
want
done,
you to
lads.
mention as well, was a few people have sent this, so I thought it's only fair to sort of talk about it really quick. Was Total MTB. So there's an Instagram handle called @TotalMTB. And they've been doing this thing called Total Buddies.
Right.
# Total Buddies. And the vibe, I think, with this, I haven't looked into it too much, I'll be brutally honest with you, but basically trying to get people to meet up for a bike ride if they struggle with mental health problems and stuff. So if you go on Total MTB, you can find some information. I've nominated. I'm like, yeah, I'll go for a ride with someone if they're struggling, just want to chat, whatever. And I think that's what that's the vibe. If I'm off, I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure it's about getting people to meet up, go for a bike ride, and talk about shit, which I'm all for. Big fan of that. So if you want to check that out, and if you want to go for a bike ride, preferably local, preferably e-bike, preferably not in the rain, then let me know, and I'm down. So cool.
Wicked. Oh, I think you'd be excellent at that.
So
Davey,
put a link in the show description for that as well.
Can we also put a link in the show description for Jamie?
Oh man,
from
of course.
Davi Bike Park, because he's having a shit time at the minute, and there's a GoFundMe link, and I think they've done really well out of it.
Yeah,
done really well. I think they've done really well in promoting the GoFundMe, and they're already hitting their targets and stuff. But I think just if everyone just helps out with these things, I think
I agree, man. Totally.
Always a good thing, and it always makes you feel good,
Yeah, I donated a little bit of money the other day, but I think I know it's tough for people. Not everyone's financially in that position, but maybe just replace, even if it is like, I know it sounds silly, but like just think, right, I'm not going to buy that coffee from Starbucks for £5.
Exactly.
I'm going to give it to charity or whatever.
Anything is rad.
Anything, every little helps.
You should be proud of giving anything. Absolutely.
Yeah. Even if you can't, just give it a share. Send a link to your rich mates. It's usually the vibe, isn't it? Just send a link to your rich mates. So cool.
But yeah, that's another one worth.
Yeah, and don't all send it to Olly, because I know he's the richest person most people know. G-Wagon and jet ski.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, actually, yeah. Now you say it.
Okay, listener questions. Mr. _ SJB23. Top 3 favourite YouTubers that aren't bike related.
Okay.
Now we're talking. Okay.
I really like Nate Florence, the
Good.
surfer.
Good one.
There's a. I watch such crap. I watch like restoration videos and stuff. Oh, Jay Leno's Garage. I love Jay Leno's Garage. One. That's got to be another
That's
one.
2.
And let's just stick Jamie O'Brien in there, because if I'm feeling a bit bummed, I watch Jamie O'Brien a JOB vlog, and I love it. Makes me happy again. So
I like that. So I'm going to go, just have a quick look. So I'm going to go, there's a YouTube channel called Destroying, who is like an American football prospect, young kid, and his vlogs are really good. He's like super fun style, plays American football, he's a kicker, and he's one of those, he's just making a fucking fortune off doing it as well, like multiple millions of views per episode, and it's really good the way he films it. And then I'm going to go Jon Olsen, still a Jon Olsen fan, big fan of everything he does with that platform.
Is this just like buying houses and shit now?
I think it used to be. It was very much like, look at this car I've bought, look at this.
Yeah, it's all diamonds and that, isn't it?
But he's a bit more realistic, I think, now, in a weird kind of way. He's just had a kid. I mean, like the one I watched yesterday was like literally him babysitting his kid.
Yeah.
And a little bit of, he's bought a Rolls Royce. But, he did throw that in there, I'll be honest with you.
He sprinkled
in the fact that he bought a Rolls Royce Phantom, and that he wasn't selling it yet, but he was going to spend a lot of money on pimping it up. And it was like, okay.
So he's like, oh, look how humble I am, I'm changing the nappy. And
but in a weird kind of way, it's sort of like, dude, his marketing is just, I mean, if you're interested in marketing and you want to learn how to market a brand, Jon Olsen is the one. Like, he kills it with that action sports marketing. I mean, the brand Douchebags, he built that, or DB as it's now known, off the YouTube channel. And now he has Say Normal.
I didn't even know that was his. How interesting.
Yeah, that's Jon Olsen's brand. And then he now has Say Normal, and he's doing that thing, dude, where he's just dropping merch drops and just killing it. So it's interesting. But I think what I like about him is, you do it the same with the G-Wagon, right? It's become like your thing, but like he does it a little bit higher price stuff. But
how dare you?
Well, he's doing like the world's fastest like boat owned by a public something ridiculous like that.
Oh,
but it's like all Say Normal branded, and like the branding's just good.
Dude, I like that stuff.
I do. I have respect for it, man.
Yeah, he clearly likes a bit of a Times New Roman, doesn't he?
He loves a bit of Times New Roman.
Yeah. But I like it. If you can make your life what you want your life to be through your work, it's sick, isn't it? If you can buy whether it's a the world's fastest speedboat,
So-
or even a jet ski
ski.
from 1992 that's running on one
Mate.
cylinder. If you can make that somehow pay for itself through your work, then why wouldn't you? You can't be mad at that.
100%. I think it's really cool, super interesting. And then my last one would be Buttery vlogs on.
Oh yeah, they
Buttery
are
stuff.
good.
Buttery
Good
stuff,
shout.
really good. At Brad_Raven, how many people have bought tickets for Freedom Ride Saturday and Sunday? So yeah, as we said, at the time of recording this, there's about 5 tickets left for Saturday and about 40 for Sunday.
40 for World Cup Sunday.
Yeah, and we have
Still
announced some
left.
partners as well. So we've got DMR coming, we've got Focus coming, you can ride some bikes.
Ah, yeah.
The guys from 50 to 1 might be attending as well, which will be pretty
Yes.
fun. We got a load of stuff happening.
Gonna be good. Can't wait.
Did you get a listener question off someone?
I don't know.
So, at Brad_Raven, have you ever been to a psychic? That's weird.
No, I promise that. No, I didn't. No. Why did I ask it then?
I don't know. Maybe we just got
I must have asked it for a reason. We should rewind. I can't remember why,
interesting. That's
but
weird.
I think I must have asked it for a reason.
But we never. I think I just went waffling on for 20 minutes about spirits, talking to things.
Yeah, but we did. No, I can't remember why.
At psychology media, if you could remove one thing, anything at all, from the mountain bike scene, what would it be?
What would it be for you?
What would it be for me? If I could remove one thing, anything at all, from the mountain bike scene, what would it be?
It's difficult because it's a rich and colourful world, and even some of the things that I maybe don't want in mountain biking, I still appreciate that they bring joy to someone
You know what I'm
else.
going to do?
I don't like.
I got it. Hand
Go on.
guards.
Yeah, and there we have it.
Get 'em
Hand
out.
guards. The best answer. I mean, if they bring you joy, though, they bring you joy, dude.
But they
Ultimately, I think I don't like bike snobbery and people being shitty about other people's bikes. I think I'd remove that because that irritates me because they're just fucking
don't.
bikes,
Yeah,
dude.
I'm with you 100%. Yeah.
You know, we're all just right. We're all eating a giant shit sandwich, in the words of Bill Burr, and we're all in it together. It's fine. Don't be shitty about other people's
it's true.
stuff.
It's so true, man. I'm like really not a bike snob at all. I'm the absolute opposite of being a bike snob.
When you see it, though,
Yeah.
it's horrible, isn't it? When you see someone like ridiculing
Yeah.
someone's
Fuck
ride,
off.
you're like, leave
Yeah.
them alone. They like it.
cares?
Yeah, leave them alone.
Uh,
I think
okay.
I'd delete that.
Okay.
And you got handguards, which both are
Yeah.
very valid answers. I think we've really killed it on that.
Fucking hate hand guards. At Samuel Roach, what hotspots are near Rogate? Then it says for some adventure poos, but I think hopefully it means
Adventure poos, hotspots. There's plenty of places you can do adventure poos everywhere.
I mean, Bren's going to be away at
World.
World Cup, so we'll probably put his address out, and then we'll just let everyone go nuts and just go
Yeah.
drop logs.
Dude, it's a good idea. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, his house is a building site at the minute,
Yeah.
so you'd probably actually get away with it. There's a portaloo there. You could go and the roof of a portaloo would be a great place to do an adventure poo.
It would be actually on the roof.
Wouldn't it?
It would be. Oh man,
People love that poem. That really made me laugh. That's so good. It's just the thing that keeps on giving. It made me laugh when we
No
wrote
doubt.
it. It made me laugh when it was published, and it made me laugh again when I read it out on the Lockdown Companion.
At Gus Ginger 03, Olly, who's winning the NBA playoffs MVP and ROTY? What's ROTY?
Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year. There you go, everybody. And he said it's got to be Steph and LaMelo. That's what he's put.
Steph and LaMelo.
Steph
Yeah,
and LaMelo.
I'm not on the. I'm not that into the ball family.
Okay.
So I'm not with him on LaMelo, but Steph, dude, it's hard to argue. When you see Steph, have you watched any basketball?
I think Steph Curry, isn't it?
Steph Curry, yeah. Have you seen him
No.
when he lights up? It's like I've never seen anything like it because Yeah, as a point, if you're a point guard, you don't tend to. There's a lot of point guards that score in the NBA, but they don't tend to score quite as much as Steph. And in the way that he scores, it's almost embarrassing.
Really?
It's like, yeesh. Yeah, when you see him playing well, it's pretty shocking. And when you see Luka playing well as well, it's also pretty shocking. When you see a lot of these other guys that are like,
yeah,
arguably.
See, this is the
MVPs.
thing with sport. You said it earlier when I was talking about hockey. Like, you've got to like understand it to watch it and get more out of it. I think with sport, you get out what you put in. So for me to sit and watch basketball, I'd be like, I don't understand that Steph Curry's a point guard. I don't understand what he should get at the end of a game, how many points he could rack up. But if I sat and watched it with you, you'd be like, oh, this is happening, watch this is the play they're setting up.
Yeah.
Same with hockey. You know, I sat and watched it with Emma for a little bit and she was like, I just don't get it. And I'm like, right, let me explain to you what's going on. This is what they're doing. This is okay, they're on a power play, they're going to set up this 5-on-4, they're going to, and you get it and you can understand it a lot better, right? Same with anything. So yeah. I don't know.
No, I'm with you. Yeah, no, it's a one-way conversation. Yeah. I mean, both of those aren't bad. I just don't really like the way their family, LaMelo Ball and his brothers, are like a basketball family, and his dad's runs that big baller club. Anyway, whatever. I'm just not really that much of a fan of how they play basketball. But yeah. So, but otherwise, yeah, I'm with you. Steph's bloody impressive. I think to anyone, even people that don't play basketball, I think you can watch Steph Curry play and you're like, whoa.
So even someone who's never really watched it, you could watch it and go, yeah, that's...
You watch Steph Curry...
You can tell. You can tell he's legit.
Making 62 points in a game. And it's like, whoa.
At Jin.Sandwho6, what are your opinions on Logan Paul versus Mayweather?
I think hello, Jin, first of all. And,
hello, Jin. See you at Freedom Ride.
Yeah, see you at Freedom Ride, dog. I think it's so funny that these guys have managed to do this to the world. And that, like, we listen to... It's just insane, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's now fighting, like he's got nothing to lose. He's fighting, like...
No.
Arguably the best boxer of our generation, you know. How has he managed to do this? And all through, like, joking and stuff.
Talk about marketing, dude. This is marketing.
I can't hate on them. Exactly.
Finest. Yeah. Like, it is
exactly
crazy. So one of my favourite comedians, Chris DiStefano, went and somehow ended up staying at his house.
Oh, really?
Pretty interesting, man. The way, like, his house is pretty sick. Like, basketball court indoors, like, the whole vibe.
Yeah.
And he's literally built this off YouTube, off doing YouTube videos.
It's insane.
And he wasn't a boxer.
It's almost being controversial and being silly.
Yeah.
Which are kind of funny
and
things.
And it works, right? They've tapped into that little thing where people are curious. And you'll buy the pay-per-view because you're curious. Like, you might not be a Logan Paul fan.
Dude, they kill it. You can't argue. They kill it. Like, his brother took Mayweather's hat. And then so he was like getting tackled by the security. I mean, probably everyone's seen it, but it made me laugh so much. And he's just shouting, "Got your hat!" Like the most immature shit you could be doing.
We're talking about it. And then he's got it
tattooed on him.
Oh, really?
And he got it tattooed on him the next day. "Got your hat."
It's just great marketing, man. It's just great marketing.
Yeah,
it's all marketed. And I think, hopefully, I don't know. I'm going to say something now, and I might be wrong, but I hope we can do something like this in mountain biking. That there's some sort of YouTube-y...
Yeah. What you doing the world record?
I think this is it, isn't it?
It could be. I mean, it could be. I like watching them, but you know, like you get those people you like watching from afar. So you like them you like it that it goes on, but you just want to. I can
honestly say I've never watched a Logan Paul video ever, but I know who he is and what he's about.
You might not like him if you watch the video. It's tough.
No, probably wouldn't.
It's
probably
pretty tough, but you like it that he exists, and it's fucking crazy.
Interesting, man. And you can't argue he's a good boxer too, right? Like,
he's got nothing to lose. If he can just one hit him, you know, the chances are it's going to be quite boring. But
from what I understand, he's a lot bigger than Floyd, and he's heavier.
Well, he's just got nothing to lose. Floyd's got everything to lose.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you know? If I got paid, like I'd go in the ring with him for that money, obviously.
I'd take a swing.
But there's no amount of social media campaigning I could do to get in the ring with him. Like, it's almost, that is the triumph, that he's in the ring with him. It's insane, dude.
The payoff's already done,
Absolutely
innit?
insane.
The money's made, like, before you even step into it. Like, you're not... It's
Step
done.
in, get knocked out, and you're like, cool, he got knocked out. That was a fun... Yeah, you got knocked out. Ha, ha.
I'll deal with CT in 20 years' time. You got knocked out by
the best boxer in the world. Yeah, who cares? Step in, there's just that flicker of hope. Anyone can get one crazy punch off, and obviously you're against the most effective defensive boxer in the world, arguably.
Yeah.
So the chances are slim, but
so will you be watching it?
There's a chance.
Will you be watching?
I'm not paying for that shit.
No, I watched the highlights on YouTube the next day, innit?
Yeah. It's not. I'd pay for a sporting for something like big in sports history, but it's not. It's a silly event, isn't it?
Funny.
I couldn't put money in his account.
No, it's full, I think.
I think it's full.
It's topped out.
It's definitely full.
All right, last one.
Yeah.
Can Olly tell us about his new red vehicle? At Benjamin Yaris for.
Oh goodness. Should I talk about my new red vehicle before I've released it on YouTube? I don't even know if I'm going to do a YouTube video. I shouldn't, should I?
No, you shouldn't. You should keep it tight, and you should do a whole video on it.
Red vehicle, though, brother! To go with the jet ski and the G-Wagon. Just what red vehicle could it be? Love to hear from the listeners.
Okay, and submit your answers and questions and whatever in the comment section.
Vehicle,
let's hear them.
Son.
All right. Barks like a dog. Okay, man, it's been emotional. Obviously, thank you everyone so far. Well, thank you to everyone who's bought a Freedom Ride ticket. I mean, it's insane. Talk about turning something into an event. We are the Logan Pauls of mountain biking, bro. We're doing it. We're making an event.
Way where no one gets hurt.
Yeah, we ain't ripping people off. Yeah. We're not, we're no knockouts. We're gonna give you some free shit when you come. It's
gonna be nice. Can't wait.
And we're just having fun.
We're gonna have a nice day of it.
So yeah, thank you to everyone. But if you haven't bought a ticket, for reals, like, get a ticket because they're probably going to be gone in the next
5 on
few
Saturday,
days
40 on World Cup Sunday.
Yeah, World Cup Sunday. Like, come and hang out, watch the racing. Hopefully, we're going to have it streaming and stuff like that.
We'll live FaceTime Brennan and Bernard.
Yeah,
when one of them wins.
Could
be a momentous
imagine it'll be go off at Freedom Ride, wouldn't it?
I think I'd cry if either one of those win uncontrollably. I reckon I would, yeah. That'd be too much.
You're so connected to it, though, aren't you? Yeah.
Imagine.
Apparently, so Bernard's fast, right, at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, Brendan and Bernard are quite fast guys, yeah. Bernard's firing on all cylinders, though, I'd say, with the training. Jeez! We'll see. Really? It's going to be a good season. I'm looking forward to it.
Rooting for the Southerners, bro. Rooting for them.
Dude, yeah. Fucking right.
Sick. All right, we'll try to get one of them on for next week and do a bit of a World Cup preview show.
World Cup preview show, I like it. If not, we're just going to have to make it the World Cup preview show anyway. We'll do a bit of a summary, who we think's hot, who we think's not.
Yeah, that could be.
Not hot. They're fast, aren't they?
Yeah, if you want actual knowledge, then maybe don't listen to that one, but I'm sure we can come up with something.
It's just going to be like based on... It made me laugh before we go.
Based on social media.
G-Banger put up his... I noticed G-Banger put up on Atherton Racing YouTube channel like a top to bottom run of Fort William, and it's him just hauling down it, and it's like a sub 5 minute YouTube video, and I'd just love to know the stats of the number of World Cup riders that have watched G's Fort William run, just to see, because you can relate to it then,
Totally.
Right, and you can relate to the number. Yeah, it's like 4 minutes 40 something. So anything sub 5 on Fort William's good, right?
Did you ever try and get that footage of you?
No, I did. I should keep trying, shouldn't I?
100%.
Yeah.
Please do.
Yeah, I will. I'll...
Now that would make a good YouTube video.
That would, wouldn't it? Yeah. I'll email him.
Do it. Get on it. See if you can figure it out.
Give it to me, dude. Me getting a head injury in Scotland. Not a bad YouTube thumbnail.
Not at all. Really
Injuries
good
seem
one.
to work.
Yeah, they do. Alright, nice, it's been emotional, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. Appreciate the shit out of you. It's all love from this side.
Hell yeah. Peace.
Peace.